T.B.Photo X1.5 FX, and welcome back to another video. And this time we're in where I develop my film. So as you might know from a previous video, I was at that museum day where the theme was the 1950s, and I shot a couple of rolls of 120 roll film with my Mamiya RB67. Now I'm actually gonna show you when I'm developing these films. So I have one of the roll films here, and I'm gonna go over a little bit of what equipment I'm using when I'm developing film. So this is this is basically the washing room. So mind you, the audio in here will be very, reverberesque. So if you hear any echo, this is basically the best I can do, so bear with me. So basically we have the exposed film, and this is a Fomapan 100 ISO film. So yeah, and I know there is a lot of different developing tanks and so on. Some are very basic and some are very exclusive, so on. There are automated ones and they are complete manuals. I'm using a complete manual, and I think this is kind of the industry standard nowadays for the amateur photographer who wants to develop at home. This is a Patterson tank. Yeah, they're made in England, or the UK I should say, and this one is rated for 35mm film and 120 or 220 film, but 220 film unfortunately you can't really get hold of these days. So yeah. And for 120 film, it will recommend you to use 500 milliliters, of fluid, or 17.5 ounces of fluid. Yep, the universal tank made in England by Patterson Products Limited. But basically, the Patterson tank works like this: that this is the tank itself. And what you do is you have one of these rollers. We have these two tabs and a pair of ball bearings in it, and basically you will roll up the film like this, which I do in another room that has no windows or anything, so it's completely dark. So when you have rolled your film up on this in the dark, you basically take on this spool, you take this little piece of black plastic piping, put it through like this, and you put it so it's inside the tank. After that, you just have to take, this funnel shaped thing, this funnel basically, put it on and lock it in place. Now this tank is actually light proof, so I can stand out here in this light and I'm able to, stir this tank and develop the film that way. And the developer I'm currently using until it's empty, I got this at Tradera once again at an auction, so I got it very cheaply. It's an old bottle of Patterson ACU black and white. It's the FX39. It's almost empty. So when this is gone, it's basically gone because Patterson doesn't make developers anymore, unfortunately, because it was very, very good. But I have a alternative. By the way, the Patterson is a one-shot developer, so you use it once, then you throw it away. But I have this here, Tetanol Ultrafine. I had some Tetanol products before. That's what this is. This is my current fixer, and it's on its last legs. I have a few uses left in it, and it's a Tetanol fixer, but more about that later. I also have Tetanol now, ultra fine black and white developer. So I'm gonna use this once the Patterson one runs out. Well, then it's something that some photographers do when they develop at home and some photographers don't do when they develop at home, and that is a stop bath. And for me, for now, I'm using Ilford Stop. It's Ilford's own stop bath, and here it is, pre-mixed. It comes in a concentrate, and this is me pre-mixing it. And it's a fast-working one. 30 seconds is the recommended time, plus or minus a couple of seconds depending on temperature. But this is what I used, and I said that I had that what was it called, the Tetanol fixer in the bottle there, but when that's used up, I have this. It's a Kodak T-Max professional fixer, and this 1 liter bottle will be able to produce 4 liters of developer. So yeah, I'm gonna use this once the other one is no longer useful. And then you have some other bits and bobs that you need. I have the the instruction manual for the the Patterson developer, where you see how the most common types of the most common types of films and the recommended development time in 18 to 24 degrees Celsius. Yeah, and otherwise this is 1 deciliter measuring canister, whatever you want to call it. It's marked as 1 deciliter, and we usually use half a deciliter of Patterson developer to get 500 milliliters of, or 5 deciliters of fluid, and also a 1 liter jug to be able to mix it so it's in the right proportions, and a old little analog thermometer to be able to know that we have the proper temperature, because some of these things are a little bit temperature dependent. But now I'm gonna go into the dark room and load the film into the Patterson tank, so see you in a bit. So take care from now on. Bye. So there, we are back, and I have the film loaded up in the Patterson tank, and we have the okay, I get that later, the backing paper that goes in the bin, such, and yeah, we're gonna do a blend now in this jug, and it's gonna be half a deciliter of the Patterson, the FX39, and let's see here now. I'm gonna do something like that so everybody can see, and where do we have the line? So yeah. There we go, half a deciliter. And now we just have to fill up water until we get to half a liter. 3, 4. Let's see here. Yeah, we need a little bit more. There we go. We'll use you later, such. And we're gonna just check the temperature with the thermometer. Yeah, 20 degrees. And now we're just going to take a look in the development manual for the FX39, and I was on FOMA's webpage, and there they said that the FOMA 100 Classic is comparable to Ilford's HP4. So now we're going to see here, HP4 Plus, at 20 degrees it's 7.5 minutes. So instead of using an alarm, I'm just gonna put my telephone's timer to, what was it, 7.5 minutes. So I'm actually gonna put it on 7 and 35, such. So yeah, now it's just to pour it in here. So I'll start that one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. And then it's just a matter of agitating this with the stir stick. At the meantime, I'm just gonna fill the liter jug up with water to just, rinse it out. And this is, I think, is the part of the video when we're gonna do as I think Jimmy DiResta usually does, and fast forward a bit. A lot of people do it differently when it comes to agitation and the Patterson tanks. Now, some people insist on using the top cover and do manual inversions of the tank, and some people like me prefer to only use the stir stick. But I think that's up to individual preference, and as always, your mileage may vary, but this has worked for me in the past, and I think it works quite well for me now as well, so yeah, that's the way I'm doing it. Okay, so half a minute left, it's 35 seconds, so now I'm gonna pour this out and gonna change it over for the stop bath. So 20 seconds, I'll take this out and give this a rinse. So, ten seconds. There we go, and now we're just going to take the stop bath and just pour it in, and this is just going to be active for half a minute, a little bit like that. So yeah. So now it's just to agitate to neutralize all the developer that has been on the film, so yeah. Since this is reusable, it's just to pour it back into the liter jug like this. So that's recyclable, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a rinse as well. Such. And now finally we're gonna have about 5-6 minutes of fixer. So yeah, just pouring that into the jug, and luckily we have 6 minutes on the clock right now on the timer, so it's just to do the same again and put in the stir stick and do a couple of twists. So yeah, this is about as fun as it gets to develop film at home, and we're about 4:40 minutes, 4 minutes and yeah, now 35 seconds, and then we can just, you know, drain this, and then I go into the drying room and I put it up with a couple of clothespins, and yeah, that should be it. And before that, you might want to, you know, just wash it off with water, and yeah, that, and just let it hang dry. But now when we have used the stop bath, the film shouldn't be light sensitive anymore, so there's no chance of it being I can't speak anymore, improperly exposed. So yeah, that's basically it. Well, finally we're into the last minute of the fixer, and yeah, this is basically what it is to be in the, you know, to develop film nowadays. You don't really need an extreme setup, but you know, your mileage may vary, and this is basically how deep you want to take this hobby. So it's all up to personal preference how much you want to invest in it. So now we're just gonna do a little bit of a rinse with the film, and we'll see then how it turned out. Now I can basically remove this funnel. Oh yes, I believe we have something really nice here actually. Oh yes, so now basically we are finished with the chemicals and so on. Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit. So now we're basically finished with the chemicals and so on, and yeah, I would say that this roll at least came out very good indeed. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the roll that I shot with my I think it was the, what was it, the Mamiya one. The 250mm Mamiya RB67 lens. So yes, So yeah, that's basically all for me, and for now, this is Tobias Bergström from T.B.Photo X 1.5 to FX, and I would like to see you guys in the next video, so take care from now on, bye!